This needs to be the year Congress lifts the remaining restrictions on detainee transfers and we close the prison at Guantanamo Bay. Because we counter terrorism not just through intelligence and military actions, but by remaining true to our constitutional ideals and setting an example for the rest of the world.
That was President Obama 4 months ago, setting the stage for a ramped-up push to follow up on one of his original campaign goals and the subject of his first executive orders, to close the U.S. prison camp at Guantanamo Bay. The president reiterated that goal last week, telling West Point graduates that American values and legal traditions do not permit the indefinite detention of people beyond our borders. Fast forward to this week's reaction from Republicans on Capitol Hill to the exchange of 5 Taliban leaders who had been held at Gitmo for an American prisoner of war. As Josh Rogan writes in the Daily Beast, Republicans on Capitol Hill worry that the swap of these Taliban leaders for American hostage Sergeant Bo Bergdahl is a prelude to a bigger move, the emptying out of Guantanamo entirely. Even Republicans who approve of closing Gitmo are criticizing the release of the Taliban leaders.
The plan is, and what we're trying to implement, at least at some point, is moving these hardcore, high-risk people to too great a risk to be released to facilities in the United States of America.
Now, to be fair, members of Congress are upset about the prisoner exchange for a number of reasons. But when it comes to closing Guantanamo, the question is, why are they acting surprised that the president is moving forward with a plan he's been talking about from day one? Kale Rosenberg covers Guantanamo Bay for the Miami Herald, and Rula Jibril is a journalist and an MSNBC contributor. And I want to start with you, Rula, on that question, because this is not a surprise. The president came into office saying we should close the prison camp at Guantanamo Bay. Are we down to the fact that the only way he can actually do it, because Congress has opposed it from the beginning, Democrats and Republicans, is the only way to do it to basically make deals with other countries to take these prisoners 5 or 3 or 2 at a time?
He's trying, and with one soldier we saw the reaction, the shocked reaction. But the truth, Congress approved, I think last year, of a bill that says we are not even allowed to transfer them to other countries or to take them in. But what is the end game? Strategically, it's hurting us with our allies. UK, for example, who supported us in the Iraqi war, today are criticizing us over Guantanamo and other things. They are refusing. The Italian government is refusing to cooperate when it comes to counterterrorism because they are all concerned of domestic backlash if eventually they will end up in Guantanamo. You know, Republicans are criticizing President Obama over the exchange, the prisoner exchange, and they are saying it will be used as a propaganda tool by Al-Qaeda. The #1 propaganda tool to recruit and to speak against Americans is Guantanamo. If you want to diminish that, then you need to address this issue.
And Carol, I mean, that is, I think, the sort of self-evident reason to close Guantanamo, is why even some Republicans support doing it. What are the structural obstacles to actually closing the prison at this point?
Well, the real surprise of this decision was that there are 149 detainees at Guantanamo today, and there are 78 of them who have been cleared through a process of review with the Interagency and National Security Review. And they've been approved to leave with assurances or to be repatriated with diplomatic conversations with their home countries. And these 5 men jumped the queue, Joy. They were not on the approved list. They were described as indefinite detainees. So, in fact, of the 149 men there, the focus has been getting out the 78 who were cleared. That leaves you, yes, with people for whom the solution, it seems to be, as Senator McCain said, moving them to lockups in the United States. If this has done anything, it has made Congress more skeptical about the processes that are in place, which are designed to reduce and then close that detention center. And the obstacle is, at this point, correctly, finding nations that are willing to take in people and help them be resettled. because the United States has said we don't want them on our soil. So what you have are European countries saying, why should we take them if the United States won't, Joy?
But also the United States don't trust these countries. Let's be honest about it. Where are you going to send them? To Saudi Arabia? The majority are Yemenis, Saudis, Pakistani, and Afghani. 4 countries that we don't trust because of abuse of human rights, plus the countries that eventually would like to take them, European countries. These guys will be out of prison in 2 days because we can't prove in a regular court if any of those guys, individuals, actually admitted to the crimes that they were accused of under torture. You can't take these evidence in a regular court civilian system. We have to think ahead of our times. I don't think Obama will honor this promise, and I feel sad to say that, but I think the next president or Madam President will have to think, because we have today Americans fighting in Syria, jihadis that eventually will come back to the United States and to Western countries, and you have a war on terror that will go on even when we withdraw from Afghanistan. So how you are going to deal with these issues, this will be for the next president to deal with.
Roula Jibril, Carol Rosenberg, I wish we had more time. Thank you both for being here. We appreciate it, and we'll be right back.